You're showing up online, you're doing everything the influencers told you to do. Reels behind the scenes, you're writing carousels with clever hooks. You're checking every single box they told you to check. But let's be honest, your calendar still looks empty. The leads are still inconsistent. And the sales, sporadic. And that doubt, I know it's creeping in faster than ever before. And it's not just a business problem, it gets in your head. You start wondering if something's wrong with you. Is my offer not good enough? Am I not cut out for this? Why does everyone else seem like they're getting booked while I'm still figuring it out? If that's you, I got nothing but respect for the fact that you're even here, because I know exactly what it feels like to keep showing up and not get any results from the work you've been putting in. I've been there. What's going on? I'm Matt Salesio, founder of Hyve Agency. We help service-based entrepreneurs build authority-driven content systems that generate leads 24/7. But before I had a content engine that worked for me while I was sleeping or doing something else, I was stuck where you are right now. I remember refreshing my phone constantly after posting, wondering if this was the one that would hit. Maybe this reel would finally get shared. Maybe this carousel would finally start a conversation, but nothing happened. And I'd sit there, I'd be staring at my screen thinking, what the heck am I doing wrong? And here's what no one told me at the time that I really needed. The problem wasn't my message, it wasn't my skills, it wasn't my offer. It was the lack of a content system. I wasn't building authority, I was spinning my wheels. Content creation really felt like a second full-time job. Coming up with ideas, writing, editing, posting, captioning, all of that, and still getting crickets. You know how frustrating that is? A few likes from high school friends, a fire emoji from another coach, and maybe a follower or two. And it's usually those people who are trying to sell you something themselves, but no leads, no calls, no conversations. And that makes you wonder, what's the point of all of this? Meanwhile, you're watching other people, they're exploding online. They've got wait lists, launches selling out, people begging to get on their sales calls. And you're here thinking, what do they have that I don't? Here's the truth. What they have isn't more talent or more hustle. They got strategy and clarity. It's a content system that positions them as the visible and obvious choice in the industry. You can post every day and still be invisible to your ideal client, because most content out there isn't built to convert. It's just built to exist. You've probably done it too. One day it's a quote, the next day it's a photo of you in a suit, maybe a carousel, maybe a win from a past client, but there's no through line, there's no structure, and there's no journey for your viewer to follow. That's not a content strategy. That's content roulette. And you're betting your revenue on your guesswork. Your dream clients are watching, but they're not moving because you haven't given them the right message in the right order with the right positioning. It's why I tell my clients to use the brand magnet system to give service-based entrepreneurs like yourself a way to stop winging it and to start engineering your authority. Plus, honestly, I wanted to find a way to build a wildly successful personal online brand, attracting leads on autopilot for my business too, because I was tired of prospecting for hours with people who wouldn't even give me the time of day. I hated having to document my entire life on Instagram to make a freaking sale. I hated showing up to sales calls with people who were disengaged. That's my least favorite one. It's so defeating. That's lost time I could have been using to make more impact for my current client, find better ways to grow my company, or actually just spend time with my dog, my friends, or my family. I hated missing out on life for results that never came. That's the other reason I created the brand magnet system. I wanted to generate a month of content designed to pre-sell my prospects and to track leads with only 1 hour of work per month. I'm busy. This way I can work on growing my business, helping my current clients win, and enjoying the time with the people in my life while my content sells for me 24/7 and builds my pipeline and community. Okay, let me break this down for you. Actually, wait a second. If you're really enjoying what you're hearing today, I release weekly free playbooks on how to do all this stuff step by step. Use my client-backed strategies and trends in the industry. Click that link below. Anyways, let me break down the brand magnet system that we're talking about right now. Step 1, I call this authority mapping. Let's be real. Most service providers, they're sitting on a gold mine of expertise, but they're showing up online like amateur. They're winging it. One day it's a random quote, next day a trending audio, then it's silence for 2 weeks. I'm guilty of that myself. You're invisible, not because you're not good at what you do, but because you've never learned how to turn your knowledge into authority. That's where authority mapping changes everything. This is where we extract your genius, your ICP, your frameworks, your stories, and turn them into content that positions you as the expert people have been searching for. We dive into your offer, philosophy, your process. We dissect what your dream clients are actually struggling with, and more importantly, the beliefs they need to shift before they ever say yes to working with you. And you can do that in your content, because newsflash, most buyers aren't logical. They're emotional and confused, and they need help making a decision. Your content should guide them there. And don't just create random videos, right? We create for our clients what we call buyer gap. It's a strategic storyline, one that walks your audience from "I've never heard of you" to "shut up and take my money." That's exactly what I need. This is what intellectual equity is. Every video you post is a brick, and brick by brick, you build a castle of credibility, a fortress of trust, a brand that closes deals before the call even starts. Step 2 is batch creation. This is the graveyard of most intentions. Most entrepreneurs, they start with a big bang and end in burnout. I've been there myself. I know what it's like, and I know how to avoid it while being more consistent and creating less. Most entrepreneurs try to keep up with weekly content, thinking they need to post daily to stay relevant. They're on Canva at midnight, rewriting captions in their notes app, bouncing between CapCut and chaos. Does that sound familiar? That's not content creation, that's content survival mode. Batch creation is how you break that cycle. We script everything, we shoot it all in 2 hours, and we hand you and our clients a month or even 2 months of strategic, high converting content. You walk into the studio with a plan, you walk out with a content vault. That means no more scrambling, no more what do I post today, no more showing up inconsistent and hoping people don't notice that. This is how you actually start showing up like a real authority in your space. Predictable, professional, and powerful. And the best part? There's no burnout. Step number 3, the social selling framework. This is where content turns into cash. Too many creators and B2B entrepreneurs are teaching, they're not selling. And I'm so guilty of this. You're sharing tips, tricks, value, but your viewers aren't moving. There's no clicks, no DMs, and no booking. Here's the truth. More people don't need more information. They need belief. Belief that their problem is real, belief that it's solvable, and belief that you are the one to solve it for them. Every video we create for our internal marketing and for our clients is engineered to build trust, surface pain, and position us and our clients as the inevitable solution. We don't post for attention, we post for conversion. Nail that into your head. We rewire your audience's thinking. We help them see the cost of staying stuck and the ease of working with you. That's the difference of what turns content into clients. Step 4 is automation. This is the final unlock. It's the reason our clients feel like their business runs without. We automate the whole system, front end to back end, idea to final product posted. Once your content is ready, we upload it, schedule it, publish it everywhere your audience lives. While you're on a plane, in a meeting, at the gym, your content is working for you. You're showing up in feeds, you're nurturing leads, you're warming up prospects, and you're doing that all without lifting a finger. This is what it means to have a brand that never sleeps, a system that sells for you, a presence that turns lurkers into leads. Your face is in their feed, your ideas are in their mind, and when they're ready to finally start taking action, you're already the one they trust. And that's the magic. That's the system. That's the shift. And when you have it, you go from wondering whether your content is working to knowing it is. You go from hoping for leads to waking up to get back to them. From scrambling to be seen to being unignorable. From posting to post to building a personal brand that actually prints on demand. And listen, this isn't just about making content easier. This is about building leverage. Because when your content becomes your best salesperson, your brand scales without you having to chase. You stop pushing, you start pulling and attracting. So if you're tired of hoping and guessing, if you're done wondering where your next lead is coming from, build a content system that makes sure you never have to ask that question again. You're absolutely welcome to DIY the system yourself. We've seen it work. But if you want some help, click the link below, book a strategy call with myself, and we'll map your message, build your content engine, and make your brand magnetic. I'll tell you exactly what we need to fix. And if you're not ready for that step, it's totally fine. I drop a free weekly personal branding playbook that uses client-backed strategies to go over everything that I just spoke about with you today. You can swipe it for free. Click that other link below. Look, just stop playing content roulette. You need to build the machine. Let's turn your expertise into a content system that sells while you sleep, as cliche as that sounds. This isn't about going viral. This is about becoming unforgettable.